So maybe we can take it from there.
Chatangana Mukupe ndo vakati he was one of the worst finance ministers ever. Basing on what Mr. Mukupe tinasi muripo vabiti varipo tinogona kutangira ipapo.
Ndinopedza zuva rese ndichitaura about how he was such a bad finance minister. Number one, kana ndakatarisa nyaya civil service, he failed to rationalize my numbers in civil service. And time yavo, he also failed to pay my pensions my civil servants. NASA ne peace masa kunakana my pensions akabhadharwa. Also, when you look at trade, vaka remove my exchange controls angaripo since 1965. And Agama removed during his time. And the only person Agazoma destroyer was when Mamanguchka came in. And what I found interesting is good, like before he had come finance minister, he was out there saying Guti Digangoita finance minister, the first person on Chasunga and Gonono Kandam Jerry. But guess what? After he left Basareo finance minister, he became best friends Nagono and I'm sure good and then when you look at government debt, he failed to properly keep my proper records of government debt, and you'll actually find good. And he also went ahead to start ignoring all my foreign creditors. And look at was honored Pagashinamas and no Paga to Zeta, the Lima plan. Let's start engaging my creditors, and let's start making sure that we become good corporate citizens.
Thank you. And then
Thank you. Thank
you. One of the worst finance ministers ever to exist in Zimbabwe. That's according to Mr. Terence Mukupe. Wakataura facts 1 or 2, 3 or 4 facts. Wakataura zvavari kuona ivo kuti ndo zvamakatadza kuita muri muoffice. And chikwere chehurumende chiri kunzi chakaramba chichikwira during your tenure.
Yeah, you know, national office, being a member of parliament, being a government minister, requires a responsibility, requires circumspection, requires introspection. So you just don't rant and rave like a drunkard. You just don't rant and rave without facts, because you've got a responsibility to communities, you've got a responsibility to Zimbabweans. We want peace in this country. We want stability in this country. Therefore, it's very important for leaders to behave in a manner that befits the positions that they hold. The government of national unity started functioning on the 16th of February 2009. When I became Minister of Finance in 2009, there was $4 million sitting in a bank account at CBZ. When I became Minister of Finance, inflation was 500 billion %. The government had just printed a $100,000 trillion note, Zimbabweans would remember, which couldn't buy you 2 bottles of soda. When I became finance minister, there was absolutely nothing in our supermarkets except water, nemaputi. When I became finance minister, 90,000 Zimbabweans were afflicted by cholera, and 4,000 Zimbabweans died of cholera. When I became finance minister, the maternal mortality rates, the infant mortality rates were some of the lowest in the world, in the history of mankind. But we turned around this economy. We turned around this economy, and we turned around this economy on the basis of fiscal discipline. We turned around this economy on the basis of honesty. We turned around this economy on the basis of craft competence. If you look at the average growth rate of our economy between 2009 and 2013, the average growth rate was 10%. So that's the highest ever achieved by any minister since independence. The next minister, who is number 2, and I brought you a graph to illustrate that. The next minister who follows, so you don't have a number 2 or number 3. The next minister who is in a distant third in terms of growth rate is Chinamasa, on an average of 3.2 growth rate. When I became finance minister, we ran a strong regime of monetary fiscal control. We did not run a budget a deficit. We did not create domestic debt in the economy. As I'm speaking to you right now, this government has run a budget deficit that is 30% of GDP. Varudya mari sekunonzi mushonga wemsana, and the statistics speak for themselves. Let me come to the issue of
thank you. Are you happy with what you said?
No, you know,
I 10% more than what you said.
I think
I want to respond.
I think he had an entire program to himself. He had an entire program. If you want to be fair, let me speak.
If he's going to be the only one speaking, then I think you might as well have an interview with him by himself. But I thought I should be able to respond to what he's saying.
I believe that this was a challenge.
Yes.
We will also allow Mukupe.
Yes, so let me respond. I also have to respond.
Can I speak about sovereign debt?
Thank you, Mukupe.
Yeah, he raised the issue of sovereign debt. He raised the issue of sovereign debt. Sovereign debt is what the country owes to other countries. What the country owes to other countries. That's what is called sovereign debt. Our sovereign debt right now, as I'm talking to you, is around 13 billion US dollars. Added to the domestic debt that this government has created on their own, we're not talking of total debt of around $20 billion. This debt was contracted. The last time that Zimbabwe contracted debt was actually in 1999. When I came in 2009, the government, no one was lending money to our government. So chikwereti chandakasvika chiripo, chikwereti chakatractwa 10 years before, up to 1999.
And you didn't do anything.
Let me finish. Zimbabwe doesn't have the capacity of paying $20 billion. We don't have the capacity of paying $13 billion as a country. So what we did, we set up a debt management office ran by Andrew Vumbe, who then consolidated and validated that debt. That debt management office is still there. We then adopted a program on the 23rd of March 2012 called ZADS, the Zimbabwe Accelerated Arrears Debt and Development Strategy, so that we start clearing it. But most importantly, when I came in, Zimbabwe's voting rights of the IMF had been suspended in 2004. The IMF had suspended Zimbabwe's voting rights. So you can't negotiate debt without a program with the IMF, a program called the Staff Monitor Program. So one of the first things that I did was to negotiate and to normalize Zimbabwe's relations with the IMF, which was a big task, but we succeeded on the 19th of February 2010. That then allowed us to start implementing the debt resolution strategy called ZADS, Zimbabwe Accelerated Arrears Debt and Development Strategy.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Tilipapo, you said IMF, that's according to you, Mr. Mukupe.
You see, Biti likes to use my big words, and I'm sure this is what Arabanajamans is. Regaidi tower in Zakaruka. That's a inter sometimes can fundaga. Prior to Munwesans Gisargumbo. Biti Power Minister of Finance #1. And Munus was already to get a budget deficit. Reason why I'm going to get a budget deficit, Biti Bagay see and a good my local suppliers is squared to high fungit zero good Zazis and PFOs and Zagai was Vagaragus Badar. Pamsoro Pazo ignore my foreign creditors, IMF, New World Bank, Kutakuna and Maria Badaroko. That's why I want to watch Namasa Pogas and Dokas any Lima plan. I'm going to change out to Panaga Buchinsko. Panabamaga Muzorkin Saint Ragam anyway. Akuna, and then Chimwachim Janra to Muzie. Anti Patura and Taroti Susu Lofari one in the West. Avana kana credit line kana 1 yaoka mbubvira waita sei vaita hapana kana mega deal kana 1 yaoka mbubvira vaita kana chinhu chinobatika chekuti nongedza kuti icho chavakaita chakaunza mari munyika hapana. And then chimwe chinhu chamusiri chandinoda kuti mubate handiti vari kutaura nyaya yegrowth rate kuti yeye nyika yakatanga kukura growth rate ye10%. Kana chinhu chapa 0 handitika from a mathematical point of view chinoshuluka as if paitika a phenomenal growth rate. As nays Rachina Massa, but like the point and rotor in when Nema Zortora, the good hands Varutorati, Pawango Aripo, Apanakan Squared Zogata. Do you know Kutitambu Zikorima pensioners? A good pensioners is Zugun the government, Gaichi Badarawan, a pension, because pension Yanuko Yaikisipo. But Ava, beating Doga, Vapogata right off Zimbabwe dollar. Vagapo that one way song on my pension, I have end up a 0. munoziva ini mbuya wangu inini chaiva wangu apedza basa vakasara vasina kana chinhu handiti saka you find kuti as a result ndosaka tine problem yekuti vanhu vese vepension tiri kugadzirisa nyaya yekuti no zvakaitwa navabiti vakakanganisa vanhu ngavadzorerwe mari yavo vanhu vepension. And then also even maona nyaya dzemanesi dzekuti manesi kuti vanotaura kuti mari dzedu hatina kupuhwa mari dzedu ingo yavo bcause vakaregera kubhadhara vanhu mari. And then pane chiri kunakidza last point yandoda kumeka handi vari kutaura kuti hanzi vakasvika mumakofas mune $4 million chete handiti vabva vaenda kuna kana chikwere chaitika and everything. Ndikakuudza iti pula newspaper remuna February 2013 2 months before varegera kuva minister of finance vakasiya government ine $217 vabita and it's here handiri kukurakidza $217 yavakasiya government inayo.
In case you're just joining us, Maria Chukunzgo Dance and Doya Gasara Yamu, and then Mozi.
You know, those are not Torah resolution. Nyadzenika, this Nyadzem power, this Nyadzem punch. If you hold a public office, you must be serious. You can't be a clown. So Kundida kuno kuzo debate and a clown. I find it very demeaning.
Clown. I mean, you have to take that because no, if you're going to start training insults, can you take that back? Which are the problem? You go down to Kavan. First of all, you take them. You go down to Kavan. Nay, Chaura my face. I go down to Chuka. What only Chuka? Nay.
That's what I do my fix.
When the Government of National Unity started office in 2009, there was $4 million in the bank account of the government. When the government of Zimbabwe started working on the 16th of February, the total money in circulation, you know the name economist, broad money supply M3, yangairi $250 million mu Zimbabwe, yes. So what we did, takadaidza vanhu kuti uyaimise mari yenyu, takatwika neinonzi capital account muchirungu. Capital account ndo account inorekodha ma capital inflows ese. So by the end of December 2009, tangatane $1.8 billion yanga yamu banking system nekuda kwa zvatakaita isusu. When I left as finance minister, the money sitting in the banking system as deposits was $6.5 billion. That is why it was possible for anyone to go to an ATM and use your cards and you got your cash. Dambudziko rakazoya nevarume ava kunyanyanya Chinamasa who went and ran hurumende isina discipline. Fiscal deficit yanambotaura iyaya, budget deficit yandakambotaura iyaya. Vakatanga kuiswa ma-treasury bills vachisapota recurrent expenditure, vachitenga dzimotikari, vachisapota ma-travel expenditure asina musoro. So that budget deficit yavakacreata yavakakoza kuti vachinotora mari ku-central bank. Zimbabwe is the only country in the world right now where the central government keeps an overdraft with the central bank, but the central bank is broke. So that means the mari dziri kutorwa nehurumende ku central government, ku central bank, imari yako iwe iri kubanki, nyaya yangu iri kubanki. That's why you and I can't go and get mari iri ku mabanki because yakashandiswa nehurumende vachisapota budget deficit yandataura iyaya yapa pa 30%. Ndoda kuuya kunyaya yekunzi taisa bhadhara. Firstly, you know, any banker ought to know kuti kana uchinyora ma books of accounts unoshandisa inonzi accrual system. So accrual system haine sendera wabhadhara inongoone zvikwereti zvese. So it's not a cash payment. Zvikwereti zvese tanga tisina, because government of Zimbabwe uses accrual method. We never had any debt. That's why mukatarisa ndoda kukupai iri gwaro iri, harisi gwaro rangu, igwaro rehurumende yeZimbabwe, igwaro ravachinamasa ramutswa July 20, 2017. Mukaenda pa page 106 rinotaura zvikwereti zvehurumende from 2009 to 2016 ndichazokupai mafigures a2017. So mugore 2009 the government of national unity yakaita surplus ye $35.5 million. Mugore 2010 takaita surplus ye 196.1. Mugore 2011 takaita surplus ye 22.1. This is the first time in 25 years since independence that our government actually ended the year with a surplus.
So meaning your tenure was successful.
Of course, this is their document.
Okay.
So let me come. Yeah, let me finish. Yeah, let me finish. Mugore takaita my election. Gora 2013. We had a small deficit because election is expensive. Yeah, 9.8 million. Ngati chuya ku 2016 tamu 1.4 billion deficit. Because Gorilla 2017 avasafa publisha ma figures. Vane chikwere che 3.5 billion che domestic debt che. So mabatirwo ufumu wedu ashaishika. Ndo pandine dambudziko na vachina masa. Ndo pandine dambudziko ne hurumende ya ZANU-PF. The management of the economy is warped.
Thank you very much.
Biti, with us in the studio, we also have Mukupe. We thank you so much for choosing us. We decided to take up.
It's quite interesting when some useless fact. He bought furniture. The Prime Minister's office 4 different times. I think furniture during his tenure, and he talks about issue. We have to be prudent, and he was buying furniture 4 times during that time at GNU.
At the same time, I'm could facts, and we need facts.
We've got the reports. They're going to be made public.
Can he tell? Can he please learn to tell the truth?
Yes, it does be public.
A minister does not control. A minister does not control money.
You opened an account to Prime Minister's office, which had no authority, and there was no cabinet authority for that, and you're transferring money to the Prime Minister's office.
A minister doesn't do that,
and you did that, and that's corruption of the highest order, and you did that.
Thank you.
And let me talk about this. Is Wangwa Torres. You know what? He's so good at twisting my words. With the advocates, you should have my sanctions. It meant that we are not going to be able to borrow money externally as government. So because we can't borrow money externally, guess what that means? We have to borrow money locally. So that's why domestic debt it's natural. So there's nothing sinister about that. And then the other thing, ZANU-PF. And guess what? Vachinamasa, when he came in, he was like, listen, we can't let my farms we created my treasury bills. Kuti my farms atange kupampa, and you can see Goriko, every farmer is happy. And then the other thing that I also want to point out is Guti, so when we came in, we decided, listen, we have to pay his credit to the suppliers, and suppliers. It meant the domestic debt had to come up. So you can't then have a situation industry just because you want to make it look pretty on paper, but what will fix on ZANU-PF. And then there was another gross there was deposit growth. Those were not deposit growth. Increase my long-term debts from zero. They were zero minister. I can to $4 billion. And those $4 billion loans, unengone matching what? Unengone matching entry, which then appears as if my deposit. Sakachin chawaruti my deposit growth yakaita hakuna zvinhu zvakadaro. And then akataura dhanzi kwakapedzera kwangu ne money in circulation $250 million from pawangu aripo. He's forgetting to tell people what he did is kuti akasvika akakanzura $1 for everyone. And when he cancelled $1 for everyone, $250 million arutaura imari yanga yakagara mu nostro accounts. Yes. So no. So the point that I'm making out, he cannot then make it seem as if Iwo waka creator mari. Hapana chaka creator. Because if anything, if anything, let me explain. If anything, what he did
was to create a situation Nokuti he started breeding externalization, which was only corrected Namanguja when he came into force. So this whole talk Nokuti, all of a sudden there's this local domestic growth. What did you expect to Kuti say? Iko kune ma sanctions. What do you expect us to do? Till kudati ma farms atenge kupampa, and ma farms kutatenge kupampa, it's those treasury bills that he's talking about.
You know what is so self-evident, listening to him, is that he has no idea of what he's talking about. He has no idea at all about what an economy is. Yeah, he has absolutely no idea.
From you.
Let me explain. Let me explain how a government functions. Let me explain how an economy functions. An economy functions, number one, on the receipt of revenue and expenditure.
And
so
the
government. Let me
know about debts. You see,
Thank you, Mr. Mukupe. Let him finish.
Misleading people. Comma debts is credit. Revenue and expenditure. Comma debts. Same amsika is credit.
It's okay, Mr. Mukupe. And then most opinion.
Why were you not paying my credit?
Mukupe.
Stations are getting so takadakwa. Let's be
honorables vanoremekedza tinokumbirawo zimbabwe yese yakateerera ndimunenge makatimirira tinokumbirawo honorables
I will be forced to switch off the mic.
No, so you should stop insulting me. I can also insult you. This is the second time he's insulted me.
It's okay, Mukupe, thank you.
Can you withdraw that statement? Others don't talk.
Ngatirambe tiri professional. Tinokumbirawo. Thank you. Mukupe. Let's just be professional. Titaure zvamabasa atafambira tinotenda. Thank you very much.
An economy functions on the receipt of revenue and expenditure. So the role of a finance minister is to manage the inflows and the expenditure. So one of the basic rules of economics is that you cannot spend that which you do not have. You cannot spend that which you do not have. That's why the mantra I had during the GNU, you can only eat that which you kill. You can only eat that which you kill. And so the biggest problem...
Why are they why are they treasury bills if you cannot eat what you kill?
Mr. Mukupe.
What's the issue of creating debt? How do you say to that?
Mukupe. Thank you very much. Let's be factual.
My point basically is the problem is in the situation it is because of the total mismanagement of the economy by a regime that spends beyond its means, hence a budget deficit that is now 30% of GDP. We ran a primary balance. In other words, we balanced the books. Number two, he speaks about pension. The Justice Smith Commission has just published a report in Zimbabwe. That report is very clear. $5.6 billion worth of pension money was lost from pensioners.
And
that money was lost. That
is about to finish.
This is
how was it lost?
This is uncouth. This is uncouth.
How was it lost?
Thank you, Mr. Mukupe. I think he was about to answer that.
Yes, guys.
The report itself explains how that money was lost. 44% of the collapse of the insurance industry lies with the manner in which the economy was being run, in particular the regime of hyperinflation. So that report is very clear at page 23. Very, very clear on hyperinflation. Number two, I think this is crazy.
I will allow our listeners to come through on 897-660-299. Ndivo vanotishandira ndivo vanokwanisa kunge vachikupai mhinduro. It is a new dispensation in Zimbabwe. We allow you to come through and ask questions, and remember to keep it radio friendly. We are the leading radio station in Zimbabwe, sounding good all the time. We have Mukupe na Biti in the studio. Star FM, hello. Hello, Star FM. Hello. Yes, Star FM, hello.
Yes, Zorai volume, comma, Zorai volume. Mushe, could same, comma.
Awandirinani, Tinava Biti, Nava Mukupe. Please go ahead, my brother.
ndiripo vakuru makadii
Chikuenda ipa point time yedu shoma mkoma.
Ndichakumbira kuti mashoko enyu anga akachena hapana
Based on what?
Happy my facts. Let's not do things on partisan manners. Zekuti room change and don't go to my facts. Happy. This is finance. It's got nothing to do with zekuti change. Next.
Thank you.
He's got nothing to say.
That call and take another star with them. Hello.
Those are number to
Yes, you are through to star with them. Please go ahead and make your contribution.
To advocate Biti and the Honorable Mukupe. What I want to emphasize on is first of all, in a factual ground. Why are we saying so? If you think our revenue according to our expenditure, and if there are people who don't have to expenditure, but now classified, the level of expenditure. If you make a model money, they are no man as a model to have a long expenditure, when you take from the market, take the 4 by 6. There's no need of tax money. But I told them for the amount of how many inflation is regulated. And now that I wonder, but what I have to say, there are people who are all funded, which makes it the revenue according to the expenditure. And if you say that to the list, no, Mr. Mukupe, even if it's educated, he's able to apply some rules. Saying it is deliberate. Imagine what he's saying now. If you know anyone that's here, they're saying, how is he going to make sure you
So MGC, that's what you understand. You've just sold yourself out to remove MGC. Can all go to ZANU PF, and it's clear that you are one of the seated people of Biti. Yeah, okay. Tozo sangana kuchinja kwenyu. Tozo sangana kumachinja. Tozo sangana kumachinja. Next.
I will.
Next.
Thank you.
It's just, you see, that's what I was saying. Good, like it's clear. Kuti is going to seed people.
No seeding because no one knew what to my phone calls. Yeah, but apana seed Mukupe. Chatangoita pana batavura my phones. We didn't plan for this.
It's clear kuti wasida.
It's sounding good all the time. We will try and squeeze in a few more.
Let's have proper objective people.
660-897, 660-299. We are live on Star FM. Our Facebook page is at Star FM Zimbabwe. Find us there and you can get a live feed. Star FM, hello. Hello, Star FM. Taswera Maswera Andre Django, please go ahead with your contribution. Chinoten. Zvino zvinotibatsira here munew dispensation ino yatiri kuti zvino imimi kana hapana chamabuda nacho. Muchima.
Thank you. Tinotenda, but times of correction. Thank you very much. Siyabonga.
Yeah. No comment.
Zimbabwe 660-897-660-299. Tikatoda tu mafoni Mukupe vovhara vabiti vovhara tinenge tinoenda takafara.
Feel free to come through Star FM. Hello. Ichogwadi wapinda. Reduce the volume ya radio. Wabona.
You've just said it. You are saying ZANU-PF is used to rigging. Clearly, you're an MDC supporter.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think, unfortunately,
You see what I'm saying?
I had to drop
He
that
is
call.
definitely an MDC supporter.
At the same time, it's also Mukupe atikuudza vanhu vakati kuti phone. We just opened my phone to Zimbabwe as a whole. Last one.
Let's be thankful. Star FM, hello. Hello, Star FM. Yes, you are through to Star FM, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Please go ahead with your contribution. Yeah. Yeah. I think the best
Thank you very
contribution
much.
that we've had thus far. Link up with us.
So-
Let's hear from you.
nekuda kwenguva tichati vamukupe votaura mashoko ekupedzisira, vabiti votaurawo mashoko ekupedzisira. Tokumbura kuti vamukupe musainterrupt vabiti musainterrupt vamukupe, so that toti tabuda on something paitika debate yataita nhasi.
All I can just point out is this. Hakuna nyika inobudirira isingatore chikwereti. That's why uchiona kuti ukaenda nyika dzese dziri muAfrica dzine mabudget deficits. There's probably 1 or 2 countries dzinoita surplus. And mabudget deficits enyika dzese idzodzo vanomavhara nenyaya yekuti vanozoenda kunana IMF vachipuhwa mari dzekuvhara mabudget deficit yayo. Chine basa chikwereti hachina kushata, but chakashata chikwereti chekudya. But kana chiri chikwereti chekuvandudza upenyu hwevanhu, chikwereti chakanaka. And that's why uri kuona kuti zvikwereti zvaitorwa navachina basa, zvikwereti zvekuti unokwanisa kunongedza kuti zvanzi zviri kubhadhara mari dzemanesi, zvanzi zviri zvikwereti zvekuti tiri kuisa kumapurazi, zvanzi zviri zvikwereti zvekuti tiri kuvaka mugwagwa, zvinhu zvekuti unobata. But unoti zvekuti polisi yaitwa nana Biti yekuti munongopeta maoko moti hatidi chikwereti, hatidi chikwereti. Chikwereti hachina kushata, but chauri kuchitorera chikwereti ndo zvakashata kana chiri chekudya.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mukupe. Babiti.
Yes, yeah, I think that Zimbabwe deserves serious people. I think that Zimbabwe deserves people that respect our dignity, our Ubuntu, and our value system. So I think that the danger of the past 38 years is that we've allowed the devaluation of that value system, and we've allowed into our body politic characters and elements that certainly shouldn't be there in that public platform. Coming to the economy, you know, we ran this economy. We turned around this economy. We created employment. We created and reopened the industry. We grew the economy in a very short period of time, in 4.5 years. Every Zimbabwean knows that. Civil servants were paid. Suppliers were paid in time. A civil servant knew that I would get my salary on the 23rd of a month, and we used to print a calendar at the beginning of the year, and would meet those dates. So what is required going forward is that we build an economy that is sustainable. We build an economy that is inclusive. We build an economy that is shared. Regrettably, ZANU-PF can't do this. They know it, and every Zimbabwean knows it.